ECCB governor says Grenada must be able to solve the pension reform issue, keeping the fiscal responsibility law in mind.
It's a most needful reform to deliver economic justice to public servants. Here again, Grenada must rise to the challenge because we have to solve the pension issue while still respecting the Fiscal Responsibility Act.
Details to this story and more in the National Report. With the National Report, I am Delroy Lozon. ECCB Governor Timothy Antoine says Grenada has to find a way to address the subject of pension for public servants while still respecting the fiscal responsibility law. During a Ministry of Finance organized orientation seminar conducted on Wednesday for members of the Fiscal Responsibility Oversight Committee, Mr. Antoine said this is another test that Grenada has to face, having passed the first test of awarding salary increases to public servants and teachers while respecting the law.
We have to fix pension in Grenada. We all know that. That's a fact. It's a most needful reform to deliver economic justice to public servants. Here again, Grenada must rise to the challenge because we have to solve the pension issue while still respecting the Fiscal Responsibility Act.
The Fiscal Responsibility Law will ensure low and more manageable debt, fiscal stability, forward-looking salary settlements, and higher levels of growth. Mr. Antoine says the IMF did not impose the law on Grenada. It was done by the Ministry of Finance to help Grenada cope with the financial difficulties after the financial crisis years ago.
When we put forward the Fiscal Responsibility Law, it was to address the concern of the Grenadian people that we will not have the boom and bust with respect to our fiscal accounts, that we will manage in a sustainable manner and give the country the best chance to survive and in fact to thrive over the long term. The IMF welcomed the proposal and supported it. So we need to be clear about that because in respect of homegrown, this is as homegrown as they come. This came from us.
The members of the committee are Richard Duncan, Chairman, Angus Smith, Adrian Hayes, and Sabina Gibbs. Zana Bernard, a senior economist of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, is the regional expert. 3 Grenadian young men have topped the 2017 CAPE results on KMRSU's Tantin and Carriacou campuses. In Carriacou, Jessamine Emmons achieved passes in entrepreneurship and sociology with a 2 in entrepreneurship, while on the St. George campus, Jason Phillip topped the Unit 1 exams with 6 passes, 4 1s and 2 2s, and Tristan Joseph obtained 5 passes with 5 1s. GIS caught up with the top students, and here is what they had to share.
Jason Phillip received his results shortly after returning from the Student Program for Innovation in Science and Engineering, SPICE, which is a prestigious science summer program held annually in Barbados.
I felt inspired to try to do even better next year. Like that's really what the prevalent feeling was.
I kept receiving text messages and phone calls saying congratulations. And I was like, congratulations for what? Until my mother called me and said that I was the top performer for Carriacou. Well, I was shocked, to be honest.
I was overwhelmed. I was extremely happy because it's what I was working towards for the year.
Some of the top performers told us how they prepared for exams.
A really important part was practicing like past papers and past exams.
So what I did was I learned and I went on YouTube all the concepts behind everything we learned throughout the year. And then I read the textbooks and then I practiced.
We also learned of exciting study plans and future career goals. Jessamine, who is in year 1 at TAMCC, is contemplating being both an entrepreneur and a mental health professional.
I would like to go to the University of the West Indies, where I could study psychology and sociology, where I could become a psychologist or a psychiatrist.
Jason, also in year 1 at TAMCC, intends to major in computer science in the near future.
For the most part, I'm planning to do software engineering.
And he has great plans for giving back.
My intention is to use the things that I've learned to basically try to start some kind of a business that could grow and basically to use my skills to create something that could create employment not only for myself but for other people in the region.
Tristan is currently employed at the Statistical Division of the Ministry of Finance.
Hopefully I can go off to study sometime soon in the area of applied mathematics and maybe minor in finance or engineering or something like that. And the career goal sometime in the future is statistics, engineering, finance, something around there.
Students thanked family, teachers, close friends, God and others for their support and guidance. For the National Report, I'm Annette Moore.
This is the National Report. More news after the break.
The Aedes aegypti mosquito spreads the dengue, chikungunya and Zika viruses. It only needs a small amount of water to breed. Check for stagnant water regularly. Buckets including the rim should be drained and kept dried. Avoid using flower pot plates, but if you do, ensure they are emptied every 2 days. Get rid of water that settles in potted plants. Dish rack trays should be emptied daily. If your pipe leaks, throw away the collected water and rectify the leakage promptly. Mosquitoes also breed around the roots of plants. Change the water, rinse the roots and scrub the vase to remove mosquito eggs daily. Remember, by destroying mosquito breeding sites, we can prevent dengue, chikungunya and Zika. A message from the Ministry of Health and Huggins.
Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell on Thursday morning toured the newly built wing at the Spiceland Mall in the south of the island in an informal meet and greet exercise with business operators and investors ahead of its planned ceremonial opening later this year. Kevil Frederick accompanied the Prime Minister and filed this report.
Dr. Mitchell, accompanied by the owner and executive director of the facility, Mr. Hassan Hadid, toured the new 26,000 square feet Spiceland Mall expansion project to witness firsthand the level of investment that has taken place at the mall. Having toured the facility and interacting with business owners, Dr. Mitchell reacted positively to the new environment.
My first impression is really that this place reminds me of any major mall or stores in New York, or Miami, or Washington, where I normally have visited and attempted to shop. So what it shows is that I don't necessarily have to go there to do the shopping and to get the quality of stuff that we see here.
The Prime Minister further added,
I certainly also, it became clear to me that the expansion that we saw here today certainly would not have occurred if those who were involved in investing didn't see serious opportunities for profit based on their activity. It is clear that they have sensed what is taking place in this country economically. They have also sensed that people are looking for quality material in different levels, and what I see there is a showpiece that caters for all levels of persons. Those who are interested at one level will get what they need, and I think that to me is also a major lesson from what I see. It's also an indication of the employment opportunities being created, because every single one of those businesses that you see here is not just replacing from somewhere else, mostly so. They might have a few like that. The additional investment and so that means the additional job creation, which is sending the right message about development in the country, and of course what they hope for young people getting jobs and for expansion of opportunities in the country as a whole.
However, the man behind the multi-million-dollar investment, Hassan Hadid, has described the current economic climate in Grenada as flourishing and positive.
From a local investor point of view, is that we have seen the climate, we have seen the economic situation in Grenada is being going up, and we came to the conclusion that it is the right time from an investor point of view to embark on the expansion of Spiceland Mall. And until today, we are confident that we have made the right decision. And we believe Grenada is continuing to develop.
Meanwhile, all of the business operators and investors, as well as shoppers who spoke with the GIS on Thursday, have hailed the expansion and business climate as positive. I am Kevil Frederick for the National Report.
Governor General Dame Cecile Lagrenade is hoping that Grenada will be able to take advantage of opportunities provided by the government and people of Israel when the country's fiscal situation eases. As it stands now, the high cost of airfare from Grenada to Israel is a major deterrent, something the Governor General says she hopes will one day change. She was at the time accepting the credentials of Israel's new ambassador to Grenada, His Excellency Daniel Saban.
Grenada is highly appreciative of these training courses and wish to thank the government and people of Israel for this invaluable assistance. However, in recent times, our country has been unable to accept these training courses due to budgetary constraints related to the high cost of the airfare from our country to Israel. It is our hope that as our fiscal situation eases, Grenadians will be able to benefit from the assistance provided by our country.
Since relations were established between both countries in December 1975, Israel has provided assistance to Grenada in agriculture, with many benefiting from training courses. And that's the National Report. I am Delroy Luzon.